Talk no Jutsu isn't as bad as some people say it is. I mean, Talk no Jutsu never has not made sense. It's just at some point it gets memeably funny. Today is the day we are going to give chat the opportunity for their Naruto hot takes. Started off from Snazzy, who had the first ones. Obito is stronger than Itachi, and a lot of fans don't want to accept that. I mean, when? Obviously, there is a point in time where Obito is clearly stronger than Itachi ever was. You would have to be very much headcanon-y on what a prime Itachi would be. But yeah, at some point in time, it is just objective truth. Obito, from what we've seen of Obito to what we've seen of Itachi, that Obito at some point, it definitely was stronger. Haku clears Gaara in the tuning exams. A lot of power skill takes out of the chat today. Very nervous. But I don't know. I kind of don't know what Haku does to a Gaara that like would just turn into Shikaku. And then I also don't know how Haku would tag Gaara. And even if he could tag Gaara, because it's possible he tags Gaara, I'm not gonna act like he's not fast. I'm not gonna then pretend like Gaara's weaker than KCM 0. I'm gonna kill you. Naruto. That's the Naruto that beat Haku. I don't know about that nigga then hypothetically beating Gaara, if you get what I'm saying. Itachi is a bad person, and retroactively adding stuff to make him look better is cheap. Here's the thing. They didn't really retroactively add stuff. It's kind of just what happened. Consistently has the same, yeah, they told him to do this. He had his reasons for doing it, and he made sure, if anything, his brother would live. It's nothing that didn't work. It's nothing that pokes a hole in the story. And I've always told people, rewatch the series and pay attention to Itachi. A lot of shit makes sense. We know that Itachi could have beat all the Jonin that was sitting there by his fucking self, let alone with Kisame. We know if he was seriously trying to kidnap Naruto would have been gone. Now, if you think that your hot take is he's still a bad guy despite all of that, I mean, yeah, the nigga wiped out a clan. I don't think he's exactly the best human being on the planet, but I'm not gonna say that they retroactively added stuff. You feel me? And I also do think that more likely than not, he's a good person. Part 1, Valley of the End, negs the final Shippuden fight. I do think that that's the best fight in the series. I do think Part 1 has a lot of underrated fights, but I'm not mad at anyone that disagrees. It's at the end of the day, it's an opinion on the fight scenes, but I just love the back and forth that the Part 1 fight had. I think when we're comparing the two, Part 1 really felt like a back and forth. The final fight, not that it didn't have back and forth drawn out, boom, 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 but like any person with common sense knows the whole time, this nigga Naruto is like obviously holding back. It's not like deflating, but it is something that, you know, isn't the same as two people going back and forth and back and forth. What fight was cooler? The first fight. I think the first fight was definitely cooler. This nigga Naruto punched Sasuke in the face so hard his face imploded. Sasuke hit this nigga with a tombstone pile driver off of the top of a mountain. By the war arc, everyone in the Konoha 13 could at least beat two Akatsuki's 1v1. A lot of power scaling in the Twitch chat today. I mean, Naruto definitely can. Sasuke definitely can. Sakura definitely can. Don't cry about it. It's just an objective truth. Neji who? Ino Tenten, no they can't. Kiba, no he can't. Hinata, unlikely. Shikamaru, solo? No. Shino, you gotta get really hacksy. Shino maybe could. Sai, no. To be honest, no, I hard disagree. I think we're looking at Team 7. Yeah, no. No. I only got these 3. Only Team 7 2v1s. Sorry, not sorry. Only Team 7 2v1s. You would have to literally make win conditions for Shino and Shikamaru. And even if I gave you Shino, Shikamaru, and Lee, how many gates does Rock Lee have by the war? By part 2, he's able to open the 6 gates. So he doesn't even have the 8 gates. He doesn't have the 7 gates. Yeah, no, Lee ain't soloing on them. Yo, still not majority of the Konoha 13. So coherently, that's an awful take. Just to reel back home the conversation. Even if I were to tell you, yeah, you know what? Sage is wrong. Lee has the 8th gate. Lee could beat these niggas. Sakura could beat these. We agree on Team 7. So that's 4. Then Neji can, Shino can, and Shikamaru can. Dog? No. OG Naruto's fights are way better than Shippuden's fight. So yeah, we kind of were talking about the final fights of both series. Here's my thing. When Shippuden cooks, it damn cooks. But my thing is, I think the part one fights just have more interest to them because they're more chess matchy. They're more styles make fights. They have more plot twists, more unexpected jutsus and things like that. And maybe that's because it was like unheard of shit happening. But like in Shippuden, it is like painfully clear that, yo, you see that guy with the red eyes? He's gonna beat the guy without the red eyes. Sorry. A lot of times in Shippuden, you know what's gonna happen. And a lot of times in part one, you have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen. I think part one, the unpredictability, and I do think the choreography is a little bit cooler as well because they had more like down to earth ninja shit versus just a blast versus just a crazy speed blitz. You know what I mean? This ain't even a hot take, but people want to say Sakura is the most useless. Kurunai doesn't do shit ever. When people say Sakura is useless, they refer to the amount of screen time she gets. Kurunai, of course, is useless. Yamato, to a degree, you could argue is useless. Anko, you could argue is useless. But we're talking about relative to the story. Kurunai is literally irrelevant after we learn her name, and she says she's a genjutsu specialist. Sakura is relevant throughout the entirety of the series. So I think technically, yes, you could probably legitimately name 30 characters more useless than Sakura, if not like 90% of the series now that I really think about it. But relative to how their impact on the story is supposed to be, I would have to say, nah, I can't give you that because that's kind of like a Mickey out. It's like saying 1010's more useless. Like, yeah, I guess so, but we're not spoon-fed and told that 1010 matters. You feel me? Talk no Jutsu isn't as bad as some people say it is. I mean, Talk no Jutsu never has not made sense. It's just at some point it gets memeably funny that Naruto often isn't eviscerating and deleting people, but he's talking them into doing the right thing. I'm not mad that it does work, but is it memeable that the idea that this nigga really is never trying to kill people unless he really has to? Yes. Forbidden jutsus don't feel forbidden. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, no, I agree. If there's one fumble in the Naruto verse, it's forbidden jutsus. Forbidden jutsus were like so cool until people just randomly recognize it for funsies. And maybe that's just a matter of the Ninja Academy. These people were supposed to study the forbidden jutsus and at least know what they are. But like the idea that everybody pulls up on Naruto and knows it's a shadow clone, the idea that everybody pulls up on reanimated jutsu and just like, oh shit, I know what that is. Like the idea that everybody knows how to do it, or let alone even recognizing the jutsu, pisses me off. Now reanimated jutsu, fair enough, you would recognize someone who's dead being right in your face. But in general, you know what I'm trying to get to. Naruto power scalers are more annoying than Dragon Ball power scalers. Between the two, yeah, but that's because Dragon Ball power scaling isn't hard to do. Like for the most part, Dragon Ball power scaling is kind of like very straightforward. Naruto power scaling, there's more characters that are strong that don't cross paths. But then on top of that, Naruto power scaling goes left because Naruto characters are more hacks based. Like for example, someone will argue that Deidara can just stomp Madara as long as he blows himself up. You know what I mean? So like in Dragon Ball, Goku would look at Deidara do that and eat. like he would be like, well, I wanted to fight that strong guy and he blew himself up. Shit was weird. So like those arguments don't exist in Dragon Ball. So I feel like by virtue, Naruto talks are going to be more annoying because you have the people that be like, oh, well, if Itachi Tosca blades somebody, I guess he beats any fucking body. Pain is underappreciated and overlooked in the fan base. His presence in the story was amazing, but overshadowed by Toby and Madara. I'm time out. I'm gonna tell you now, I ain't heard 5 people tell me that they like Toby or they think Toby is a more prominent character than fucking Pain. I ain't heard that. I ain't heard it. Even if we go to just Obito, I have not heard that one, gang. I'm not. Pain, if anything, would be overrated. Now, do I think he's overrated? No. But I have never heard somebody sit there and tell me, oh yeah, who do I think is like more influential on my enjoyment of the series? Obito. That's, if anything, Obito is one of the most hated characters in the series. No, Pain is definitely not underappreciated. No. Pain is like the favorite antagonist outside of Madara Uchiha. And if I really had to guess, based on responses in the community, I may say Pain is the most appreciated antagonist. Now, if you don't think Nagato is, fair enough. But yeah, Pain's probably the most appreciated antagonist, gang. I don't know who pissed you off, but no, that's just not true. Pain has more dick riders than Lee. Yeah, like as annoying as Lee fans are annoying because like, bruh, Lee is not that fucking strong. What are you doing? Pain fans, at least they mans has a Renegon, 6 versions of himself, a stronger redheaded version of himself. You feel me? So at least Pain fans have something to stand on. Lee fans, they're just like, bro, we are talking about a fight against Gaara, and that's like, what are we doing? Zabuza with peak time beats Itachi. No, he doesn't. You know, after Itachi used the Susanoo, and he's like walking to Sasuke, you know, like after he blocked Kirin and he's walking to Sasuke. Yeah, that version of Itachi versus Zabuza. Huh, maybe Zabuza was there. Yeah, maybe Zabuza can finesse that. Maybe. That nigga still pulled out a Tosca blade, so Land of Waves is one of, if not the best starting arc of all time. I mean, it is up there. I never really thought of that. Yeah, Land of Waves is a pretty damn good opening arc. Yeah, I think I agree with you, dude. Yeah, Land of Waves is a very solid opening anime arc. In terms of what you're expecting out of your anime, establishing the world, establishing stakes, and establishing your characters and their powers. Yeah, I'd actually agree. Yeah, what the fuck? Land of Waves is probably up there. The story should have explored more clans than just the Uchiha. I mean, they did. We just don't care about them. They took their time with the Hyuga. They took their time with the Uzumaki. They took their time with the Senju. It's just ultimately a lot of Naruto eventually got turned into, yeah, some people are just weaker than others. Like, they showed you the dog family, but like, what more screen time do you want of the dog family? They showed you the bug family. They even had an in-depth episode of it. I don't know if it was filler or not, but when like Obito fought that one guy, Ino's family, I mean, they take mind control. So a lot of them have simple gimmicks. They just aren't as strong, you know? So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you feel that way, but they're just not as strong, so there's nothing to really go in depth about. Tsunade would cook Datara. Tsunade would cook 90% of the Akatsuki. Not even remotely trolling. I'm actually scarily not trolling. In fact, just to give you my solid opinion, speed round. Zetsu, you done. Datara, she beats you more often than not, but there is win conditions for Datara to win. Sasori, you done. Kisame, you done. You literally died. Kakuzu, you done. Conan, you done. Hidan, you done. Orochimaru, I mean, win. in Obito, you probably got it. Like Obito, Pain, Itachi, Tsunade might just lose that fight. Everybody else, Tsunade probably got it. So Obirama solos the Akatsuki outside of maybe Obito, Pain, and Sasuke. I mean, he would beat the dog shit out of heavy Sasuke, or like Akatsuki Sasuke. He would laughingly beat his ass. What are we doing? But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know how you feel about the Twitch hot takes version. Twitch is A place. Are they worse than YouTube's? Are they worse than Twitter's? I don't know. Outros 90K, and trying to hit 95K, trying to hit 100K, but we probably won't do it because every time I mention that we jinx it and we never hit it. Bye.